Welcome to Yerba Talks.
Welcome to the Aftershow. I am Max. This is Kat, aka El Gato. And today we have a debate between, let me read because I don't remember, Wi-Fi Gospel, Kewlv1c, Rinyald, and Scratch. It wasn't Corbin in the end, but it was Scratch. And it was something, wasn't it? All right. Let me get you guys the linkity link. There we go. And we'll pin it to the top of the side chat. Before we get into it, make sure before we get into it, make sure to do the social thingies. Like, share, subscribe, send this to a friend, send this to your significant other, go to the corner, yes, the corner of your street, and you'll subscribe to Yerba Talks. And that way we can share the love for the channel. Kat, he attacked me like just once in the show we did before, and not at all today. So I think we're getting somewhere with the bloody feline. If you didn't catch it earlier today, we had a little show about Vlad and him running away from $3,000 debate challenge, and the amounts kept growing and growing and growing. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how his next stream and how he copes and cries again about how he's been offered money by these evil Globers. So yep. All right. What that was a weird debate. Like, honestly, I it wasn't very engaging, I would say. I don't know. Maybe it's because we come from a little bit of a series of dumpster fiery discussions. But sorry. We come from a series of dumpster fiery discussions. So whenever we get just a normal debate, NetTube user agrees with me. I agree. That was a weird debate, a bit all over the place. Yes. And the funniest thing of all is that there were a bunch of flirts in the side chat, just like completely losing their minds over the earth not being flat. But boy, that was something. Let me check. Isam, are you coming to the after show? All right. If no one comes to the after show, it's going to be a very short after show. So openings. I love Wi-Fi Gospel started his opening, and I did have to watch it at 1.5 to catch up, so I missed a little bit, but he started kind of like telling us a tale. Basically, he just opened his storybook and told us a tale about how fantastic it is that Trump did stuff and so on. Oh, look, one of the flirts that was crashing out is here and sent a bunch of noses. Oh, isn't that cute? Dude, I'll stop the after show and I'll do a flat earth debate with you right now. If you click that link there, top of the side chat, we can do that. I'll save this question for the end. It was just a silly rhetorical game. But yeah, I'll save that question for the end. Remind me that I have that question saved. So Wi-Fi told us a little bit of a story, took us down to story time, and I wasn't impressed, like one bit. It was like, what are you talking about? This is just a tale. But yeah. Big Fish says, as a non-US citizen, what are Trump's immigration policies? Well, kick everybody out. That's kind of the thing. And then Vic, honestly, Vic, I couldn't remember a single thing he said. Boom, 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 boom. We have Specs Yellow.
Yeah, I mean, I missed most, if not all, the debate because I have my uni class, but since no one's here, I'll join. I can give my thoughts. I quite follow the situation, so from down here. Obviously, we can see the future, so everything happens 12 hours earlier for us, so...
Sharky said, Vic was there just to keep the screen symmetrical. Yes, even Basil, he was like, oh, I think Vic spoke less than Max. Like, okay, sure. And then also, of course, we have Basil crashing out. Not even a flirt. I was arguing the whole time that the globe Earth is not provable and space is fake. Oh, really? Oh, really? Not provable.
Not provable.
You know what? Let's fucking do this. Let's go.
Hold on.
Flat Earth. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Oh, you're gonna get like absolutely wrecked. So, all right. Boom, 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 boom. Share. Oh boy, you're going to need some ointment after this, buddy. Check it. There we have a picture of Earth from space. So you already lost, but I'm not gonna make it that easy on me. So we're gonna go down that route. So amateur footage. This is an amateur balloon. Look at the freaking curve all over the place. This is an amateur rocket, more curve. This is a U2 spy plane, more curve. But this is what I wanted to show you. So you know that there's a method that you can use to measure the curve of the Earth from the ground. So we have two hypotheses. If the Earth is flat, the verticals would add to 180 degrees. And if the Earth is not flat, then the verticals would diverge from each other. And when we go and measure, it turns out that, oh no, the verticals, when you do reciprocal zenith angles, always add up to more than 180 degrees. Boom, wrecked, finished. You failed.
Sorry, I'm just looking at MC Toon's website, and so they said the curve doesn't exist, but this page is very long. I mean, I'm just looking at the search results even. Hold on, I'm just going to curve of the Earth visualized and measured. It's quite long. I mean, for something that doesn't exist, I thought the page would be shorter. So what's going on here? And like this thing links to other pages. So for something that doesn't exist, I thought MC Toon's page would be a bit shorter than this.
Yep. So are we done here? Are you gonna cry and you're gonna cope now? Is that what's happening next? All right. I was talking about Vic's. I couldn't, for the life of me, tell you what Vic said in his opening. He is so unappealing, like so unappealing. And I actually, yesterday, I was browsing YouTube, and that guy was covering an after show we did, and I might be debating him soon, because I did email him, so I might be debating him sometime. So yeah. So you said you didn't watch much of the debate. Kewlv1c, the point is you have to admit Flurf might be correct. No, I just demonstrated that they are incorrect. No matter how small the possibility is, you can't observe or recreate gravity or globe Earth to prove it.
MC10.net, MC10.net/G as well. Check that.
No, buddy. Cavendish. Oh, you're gonna get cooked again. It's going to you're going to become like well done. Boom, 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 boom. One second. Where's the pay? It's towards the end. Give me just a moment. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Almost there. There we go. This device basically measures the gravitational force. So you got cooked again, buddy. I would just give it up if I were you.
Yeah,
like at this point, you're 0 for 2. I can do this all day. You're hopelessly incorrect about this. So
the Flurf should have given up on December the 14th, 2024. That's when it was over.
Yeah, I mean, they should have given up in high school. The Earth is a globe. We've proven it like to infinity. So thanks for playing, though. I mean, it was fun. It lasted me. You lasted me less than a chewable candy, but you know. And then we go to the. I don't need to recreate it with measuring it. We're good. And you are the dummy. You think that the Flurfs have a point. And of course, you're a fucking pussy because there's a link right there. And you could come on here and tell us all about it.
And I could continue destroying
you, but yeah, you won't. All right. Then we had the openings from the no side. And I don't know if it's because they are TikTokers or what, but theirs has got to be the actual like lamest openings I have ever seen. Both took like less than 30 seconds and wanted to just jump on to the open discussion. So they really didn't give openings, which is bizarre because as we've said countless times, the opening is the only time where you can speak and make your case uninterrupted. So you should make the most of it.
Yeah, it's your time to.
I don't think that. I think that the only one that was maybe excused was a Scratch, who basically subbed in at the last second. So I would understand that he wouldn't have prepared the opening, but like for the other guy that he was supposed to be in the debate from the beginning, you have no excuse, like absolutely no excuse to. Oh, sorry, hiccup. Absolutely no excuse to not make an opening. Like seriously. Big Fish says that's why I had to ask the policies because neither side defined their debate topic. Yeah, and apparently there was some miscommunication in the debate prompt and so on. But I mean, well. Oh, look at the coping, like, shooting into the veins. Yeah. Oh. You're not worth talking to, says the fucking pussy. You don't understand Flurf or globe. No empirical claim can be proven, only supported. NASA means lie. No, it's funny that you say that because you're wrong. The word in Hebrew is pronounced nasha.
What does it actually mean?
And NASA is not a word. NASA is an acronym, you dumbass. And even though you are somewhat correct in the fact that proofs is only for maths and logic, we do have overwhelming evidence that the Earth is a globe. You're just coping. That's all you're doing here. All right. Now that the dummy has been taken care of, like that's 0 for 3. I can do this all day. I can do this all day. There's nothing you can bring up that I cannot debunk, Dumbo. All right. Isa, I don't know where Isa is. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, booty call. 1 second. Oh, for fuck's sake, dummy. I literally just explained it. We have overwhelming evidence for the globe. The problem is that you don't even know why what I said, that proof is only for logic and maths. You don't even understand why. You know jack shit about epistemic humility. So like, I mean, if there is someone who isn't worth talking to, it's you. I would gladly do it, but I know that you're too scared to click that link. It's okay. I mean, we deal with dummies like you all the time. It's fine. They come here, they puff their chest, and they go home like all beaten up and with their tail between their legs, like whimpering like fucking pussies. Specs, say something. I need to reply to this booty call.
So as for the actual debate of Trump's immigration policies are good, I'll just drop in to say how in Australia the discourse is slightly different. Can people hear me?
Yeah.
Because in Australia it's not so much like we're an island, so we don't have like thugs on the street. Like we just do it at the airport. Like if you try and come in illegally, you might get pulled a question. They just send you home. Like we don't have. We had one policy 10 years ago where they were proposing checking people's papers on the street, and it had to stop after people were just not having it. Like usually they just check people at the airport, and people here don't really complain about illegal immigration. They complain about the fact that there's too many people coming in. So it's different here. But are you done, Max, or should I keep talking?
No, that's fine. Thank you so much. I mean, the funny thing is that Australia has a self-correcting mechanism. The fact that everything there pretty much wants to kill you. So if you get a bunch of, immigrants, nature will take care of them pretty much. So
Yeah.
I mean, you might get kicked by a kangaroo and just die. So the open discussion, let's address this so I don't forget. To be honest with you, I didn't understand the point about slavery. What Wi-Fi does is a very dishonest tactic because he equates prison with slavery, which they're not the same thing. Because when you go to prison, the jail, the state, they don't own you.
Yeah.
You are under their stewardship. They have they're stewards over you, right?
Yeah.
So you're in their custody. But for example, they cannot just like force you to work and not pay you. So it's a false equivalency that Wi-Fi does because he's very dishonest.
Yeah, you're not the property of the. I mean, like some people would say, but like you're not the property of the state where they can like hand you down or like give you to their children like slaves were, like actually inherited as property. You're not property. You might lose some of your rights, and it might be closer to slavery than say you or I live because we're not in jail. But it's not slavery because you're still, you're still a human. You still have human rights, and the state has to uphold those rights, and they can't just not uphold them because they don't want to, and they can't like pass you on to someone else.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, just another dishonest tactic from the fucking fat ass trash bag that is Wi-Fi gospel. And the reason why I'm being so harsh on him is because this fucking moron is going around. I saw he went to Rob Noor with the whole story about the previous channel, and he got all the details wrong. So I'll have to confront his fat ass at some point, because he's been lying about me, and I really do not appreciate that. And Wi-Fi Gospel, you know that in your own beliefs, liars go to the lake of fire. So fuck you. Tay says, I feel like a lot of people don't want to go to the USA lately, but I could be wrong. That is true.
Yeah.
Mostly because they don't want to, like, even tourism has dropped because people
Yeah,
just
I
don't
mean,
want to get caught up in like a nice raid while you're enjoying
yeah,
vacation.
I
Like,
mean, yeah, I mean, Dad and I were even talking about it. Like, Dad was thinking of going to America, but he says he's not going for the next 4 years, and that's the same with me. I wanted to go to New York. Dad wanted to do a road trip somewhere, but he's like, no, I'll wait 4 years, and if there's a point going back, like that's just from personal experience.
Net2User says, even people from the UK don't want to visit the US today. The Canadian Space Advocate says Canadians are pissed over the tariffs. Yeah, there was a whole thing about like a social campaign in Canada about like boycotting everything having to do with the US. Like, don't go there for leisure, don't buy their stuff. If you have to go to business, just go and come back to Canada and that kind of a thing. Like, Canadians have really rallied against all of this nonsense, especially with the whole aggravating issue of Trump saying that he would like Canada to be the 51st state, a very imperialistic move that makes absolutely no sense. So, I don't know. The problem is that what I've seen when it comes to this types of debate of the right versus, or the Trumpists versus the left, which of course we know it's not the left. It's just they are a little bit left of them, but they are no the left by any measure. Any sane person would say that they're the left. They are left of them, but they're also like to the right of center. So I don't know. That left and right is just it's just nonsense. Now, what I was getting at is that these Trumpists, they do not live in the same reality that us. Like, they do not. They have a blinder, and all they see is their propaganda, and they're not even willing to even entertain that they might be wrong. Like, for example, Rob running away from political violence exerted by the state, which is, I would argue, is the worst kind of violence because it's literally eroding the system of democracy. And that is the worst kind of political violence, in my opinion. If you break the system, then that is the worst, because then it allows you to do anything. But they really don't want to talk about that. Whodunit says, oh shoot, I'd argue we're more pissed, incensed even, over the 51st state and annexation talk. Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't? It was just such a dumb thing to say, and then also claiming like, oh yeah, Canadians want to be Americans. Like, fuck no, Canadians love being Canadian, and there's nothing wrong with that. Teo, who's also Canadian, says, I've heard people say that if Canada ever became a state, the Republicans wouldn't ever win again. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Canada is like, even the right in Canada is progressive compared to the Trumpists. The trumpetists. So, I don't know. What a weird debate. I already forgot about. And then I think you guys were commenting there in the side chat. that it looked like it was going to be over, and then it lasted 1 more hour, which was kind of bizarre, really, when you think about it. But we have a new host, Mike. He did well for his first time. Hopefully, he gets acclimated. I do have to say I'm going to miss Ryan because
Ryan.
he's my friend. Yeah, and yeah, because it doesn't hit the same. Like yelling for Mike, the moderator, is not the same thing as yelling
Ryan.
It doesn't. Yes, after 68 minutes, it was over, and then another hour. Weird. Yeah. I honestly, I don't know. I think it was something happened in that debate with Rob Noor, and I honestly don't have all the details. But what a bizarre thing! And well, did the flirter go? Yeah, he left. Boo. That like they don't last me anything.
Yeah, they leave very quick. I
mean, yeah. Well, he got destroyed like 3 times in quick succession, so of course he left. Oh, one thing. Wednesday. I don't know what time yet, but I will be helping out Craig FTFE on a stream on his channel. So I'll be over there. I don't know what time or whatever or anything really, but yeah, we'll be doing a stream because I don't think he has his computer, so I'll be streaming to his channel and he will join me through Zoom, so we can do that. We had a little bit of a review of a Vlad Cope session stream earlier.
that was fun.
And we have some other things coming up very soon. Oh, there is one guy. I believe he is he's Muslim because his name is Mohammed something, and he copy pastes the same message all the way long that women shouldn't work, and that it's funny because he says men's should be first class citizens if women couldn't work, and everyone would have work, and it would be like, oh my God. And he started like tagging me directly, and I was like, dude, I don't care. I don't really care. And then, well, the regular things. The chat was a little bit less toxic than regular, but always with its things. The chat is sometimes a little bit unhinged. Dan says, well, shit, I forgot to schedule my live stream and do my thumbnail for tomorrow. Oh, wait. Tomorrow is part 2 of... Do you have the call, or when is the next... Shiva thing? Because I finished watching this because when it started at 11 a.m. and I was still in bed, and I put it in bed, and of course I fell asleep. I'm so sorry. This is the second time that I fall asleep on one of your streams, Dan. It's not personal. You just caught me on my downtime, on the very rare times that I sleep. You caught me there. But I finished watching that, and that guy, Kevin, is so dumb. So dumb. Saturday is the next Shiva live stream. Tomorrow is Military Veterans Day stream. All right. Are you going to have a co-stream with Vlad and talk about the service?
I mean, Vlad was in the military as well, apparently.
apparently.
Well, he has discharge papers.
Yes, that it's what we call anal leakage. Sorry, no, yes, he has the papers. I don't know why he was discharged, but apparently yes. All veterans invited. Nice. I'm trying to remember what the fuck else happened in the debate, and I can't remember for the fuck of me. Like seriously, they talked about the dehumanization, and I think this is where the whole prison thing came up, and Wi-Fi had to dial-up gospel had to be his regular old self and do a very false equivalency with being in jail and being a slave. But the problem is that they're being sent to like a torture camp in El Salvador, and the US is paying for it. And apparently, UN human rights. I think I saw a new human rights second. There we go. No, that's not it. I think I saw like a headline from today that the UN is kind of worried about the human rights situation on Secot. Because apparently it's bad. It's really, really bad. I don't remember where I saw that. Boom, 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 boom. Well, never mind. I'll if I find it again, I'll add it to the. I'll add it to the description. But yeah, I mean, one of the things that I tried to do in my debate with Rob was to say that in this, they're casting such a wide net with this ICE raids that even Americans are getting caught in the crossfire. Americans are being beaten, thrown to the floor, abused, and being taken. The conditions in which these people are taken is also not good. No one no one can until some point they don't report who they have, and there's no oversight. The tattoo thing came up, and apparently if they find on you a tattoo they don't like, they can just deport you because it's a gun. And I'm all covered in tattoos. Like, oh, I have a couple of dolphins. Oh yeah, that's how do I know there isn't some like obscure Asian triad that uses dolphins as a tattoo symbol, and I just get caught up in the crossfire, right? It makes no sense. And then there are tattoos that are indicative of guns. Like, for example, MS-13, they get the MS-13 tattoo, right? But in the cases where the tattoos are less explicit, for example, the Latin Kings gang usually gets tattoos of crowns, right? So if you get a crown tattoo, then you might be considered that you're part of the gang. But the problem is that the crown tattoos are also normal because there are finite symbols, and even though tattoos are a form of individual expression, there are some common themes on when it comes to tattoos. So even though in principle one would think intuitively that it's a great way to identify people, there needs to be some recourse for someone who just coincidentally has a tattoo of a crown, for example, to be able to express or demonstrate that they are not a gang member, right? So, Whodunit says, wow, just looked up this Dr. Shiva moron. Dr. Shiva Ayadurai, inventor of email. Yes, he does promote that. And yeah, it's a guy is a lunatic, quite surprised he's not a... Well, he's kind of anti-vaxxer. So, I mean, yeah, it's a weird situation, but I think he's doing something good with the flat, like Will Duffy. Will Duffy's a younger creationist, but he did like tremendous damage to Flat Earth. So I don't know. I guess you take the good and you deal with the bad afterwards. Basil comes in. Big took your fewest word record in an the MDD debate. Yeah. He was like literally just a ficus plant there, just sitting there. I don't know what else. Throw me a bone. Does anyone remember anything else that was said in the debate? I don't know. They couldn't keep my interest. Really, it wasn't an engaging debate by all means. But you were affirmed. Yeah, affirmed with 100% effectiveness. But okay. I mean, I made Rob rage quit. And then the other racist guy, he wouldn't talk to me because I'm Latino. So, I mean, I think I think I did well. Is his dissertation who Shiva? If you look for it, you can probably find it. They're usually publicly available. I don't know if the best debater ever, but I'm pretty good. The evidence is in the fact that whenever you were talking about the whole widget thing, I invited you to come over and talk to me and tell me how I'm wrong about that, and you chickened out. And there's so many, dude, the list of people who are scared to debate me, like quite literally scared, is gigantic. So, yeah, it was brought up during the debate, mostly in the open discussion about how this seems to be a white thing, because a couple of people sent super chat saying that they didn't want their culture mixed with third world culture and so on and yada yada. And at one point they would have probably been right, but like even in the third world, we're still civilized people, right? So this is not the case. I can hear you typing. Only if you come here. If you don't, then I win because you're a pussy. That's the thing. And yes, that's a criteria. If you puff off your chest and tell me how wrong my argument is, but you wouldn't even dare talk to me, even if you're not on camera, I would even give you the grace of not being on camera. But if you say I'm so wrong, but you won't dare speak to me, then what's the point? So there seems to be... Oh, you know what? Give me 1 second. Let me pull this up. Boom, 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 boom. Give me your huddled masses. There we go. If I were to do a debate like this, I would just Oh, look, we have a Dan. Yellow.
Hello. What's shaking?
Maracas.
Shake him like maracas. No.
Yeah. I mean, those are meant to be shaken.
That's true. They are.
Boom, 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 boom. Where is this? Where is?
Are you looking for the inscription?
Yes.
Right
Give me
there.
your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. This is the inscription in the freaking Statue of Liberty, which was, for the longest time, the main port of entry to the US. And the first thing that people would see was this, right?
Well, Max,
yeah.
there was an ICE raid on Liberty Island, and she was taken away in handcuffs. So she might be back next week.
Yeah, because she's French.
Right.
I mean, she's French. Under that robe, she's naked, right?
Yeah, you can look up the robe if you stand down by her feet. She's anatomically correct.
Yes, and of course, because she's French, has a big fat bush.
The green color is a little off-putting, though.
Yeah, a little bit. What is Basil? Are the sycophants missing today? IC Spin, Cat Guy, Uber Driver, where are they? I don't know, but they're my friends. They're not sycophants, you dummy. You are more sycophant than them. Algorithm says, if you want to understand Trump's policy, you have to first understand that Obama deported huge numbers of undocumented immigrants. Trump is still trying to catch up.
True.
I understand that.
And the problem is Trump hates to be outdone by Obama for anything because he's a racist fuck.
Yep.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What is that, Brenda?
That is Barack Obama.
I didn't know if to bring you on stage because I was doubting, is that Brenda? Or is this a troll? Am I about to get porn bombed?
No, my brother used to live in Hawaii, and
nice.
Obama was born in Hawaii, and in that state they had these bobble figures. It's not a bobblehead. It's a. Let me shake my table.
Yeah, it moves. It's like a bobble figure. Yeah, I've seen those.
It's a hula girl, but Obama.
Yeah, and he's got the lei and a ukulele because he's from Hawaii, and they were proud. They were proud of him, so they made these figures. And I thought I'd add that just to liven things up. And this is a pen and pencil jar for size.
A mason jar.
Yeah, of course.
We
it
got
is.
you. We got you with a masonry kind of a thing.
Yeah, it is. You can't see it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll figure out something better actually. Wait. Anyway, so I thought I'd just drop in and listen because I did not actually watch this. I was doing something else.
Did not miss
you didn't miss much. It was meh is an overstatement. Basil, you see Roger is here, just stopped in to say hello. That's a lovely song.
Yeah, I stopped. I dropped out of the previous stream to go on with some religious person who claimed that atheism is collapsing, and the guy is not very bright. He's about flat Earth level of dumb.
I mean, if anyone tells you that, just tell them that the atheist population keeps growing. In my country, in Uruguay, what is that? What is that?
What is
that? You? I don't know. That weird noise. Please don't make noises. It triggers me like to no
I'm
end.
sorry. I'll mostly just listen this time.
I don't have much else. Did you watch the debate, Dan?
Yeah, I watched for, I don't know, I'd say the first goodbye before it went another hour.
Right?
I kind of checked out from there. I thought that the no guys opening was rather, I don't know, weak.
Yeah.
It seemed to be just like, no, they're bad, and we know they're bad. Everyone knows they're bad, and no matter what you say, you're wrong. It was like, all right, well, that obviously being true, the two yes Trumpers were, stating facts and everything else. Now, granted, they should have been fact checked live because some of their polls were a little off, but that's beside the point.
Mm-hmm.
But again, as with most things, comes showing proof. I mean, that was the first one where I didn't see anyone wasn't allowed to share their screen. What was wrong with that?
You have to reset up the screen, because you take the feeds.
Yeah.
Zoom allows you to grab the feed for each video directly into OBS. But then when someone screen share, it jumbles everything up. So he just didn't have the full screen for the screen share.
Oh, okay.
So that's why. But hopefully he gets that fixed for the next one.
Because,
it was his first debate as a host. So
yeah, I didn't recognize him. That's why I was like, wait, who's this guy? So
yeah.
I mean, when he shows up in a suit and tie, I was like, oh, this is definitely not Ryan.
Very dapper, yes. Max says, for $5 Singaporean, la tenés adentro, Basil. Max, Basil today said that his parents are Cuban. And apparently he speaks Spanish, but he probably doesn't understand what that... what would you call it? Lunfardo means. Just so you know, Basil, it means that you have a dick inside you. Just FYI.
Whether it's his own or somebody else's.
Yeah. Basil, for $2, why do you keep timing me out? It wasn't me. I can prove it wasn't me. Would you like to? Hold on.
If it's his own, that's somewhat impressive.
Well, it could be micro enough that it's a mini.
You see here, message deleted by David. It means it was David who timed you out. And
Roger.
1 over n squared was timed out by David for 60 seconds. So chill out. Chill out. Chill out. It's okay. I mean,
this week has been a lot of I don't know.
Game. You got banned before, and you got your wrench removed by your own hand. So, I really don't care too much, And if you annoy people, you annoy people. Well, what do you want me to do?
Is it just me, or has this week been just kind of blah on derpitude? I mean, the Shiva call notwithstanding.
No, yeah. Well, we had that extreme cope session Vlad did alone, just trying to justify to himself why he is right in not accepting $3,000 for
$3 billion, even.
$3 billion, $3 trillion. It's like I was thinking Vlad, for 30,000, you would be on all fours with your butthole to the sun. Don't give me that. Everyone knows that if someone offered you enough money, you would do whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Dan, I agree with you. In this case, Wi-Fi Gospel and the other guy, Vic, even though I don't remember their openings, they had more of an opening. I was completely unimpressed with Wi-Fi's little fairy tale that he told. But the yes side, the side that I agree with, they completely fumbled the openings. They had nothing. It was yeah, it's bad. Nothing else. Like
Yeah.
the guy Scratch, he didn't even take 1 minute. He said one sentence and then passed it off. That's not the way to go
And
at all.
there's a little bit of a problem between them because I guess they're both used to being like monologuing on their streams.
Yes.
So it's very, I mean, if you don't make a conscious effort to juggle, like for instance, coming to Max's stream and learning how to, ping pong back and forth and allow openings for other people.
Yep. Yeah, but it happens. Like, for example, I take over like conversations a lot of the time, except for that one that I let Craig take the lead because he was a bit more unhinged that day. But in general, I do command conversations a lot. Like Icy Spin has seen me and like take over a whole room.
Well, in
Yeah.
like just as a comparison, like when Mike, when Toon and I were talking about the call, about what we were going to present as far as problems with the ILS experiment and stuff like that, like he had put together something specifically about the beam width and he had a graphic and everything else. I said, great, I'm going to let him go first. And then after they start coping with that, I'll come in and start hitting him with some of the other values that are, that are off the charts too. So it worked well and it was effective in that case. But it's like, 2 minutes of talking in the back room before it starts to be like, all right, look, here's what I'm going to go over. Here's what you're going to go over. Let's make room for each other kind of mentality.
Yeah. Yeah. And oh my, that Kevin was, he huffed all the copium.
He was doing lines of cocaine, like if there was one out of style.
Yes. And then when they're really, really hard and starving for it, they do cope heroin.
Yep.
That's once you go down that route, there's no turning back. The fuck is that?
Probably some guy at uni is trying to pick up some chicks with his car.
Okay.
Sounded like an RC car.
Wait, Specs, do you live in like a dorm?
Yes.
Ah, nice. We don't have dorms here. It's not a thing. You have to go to class and go back to your freaking house. Maybe that's why we are third world.
Because you don't have dorms.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's a difference, right?
It could be.
Do you remember anything else that they brought up during the like open discussion portion of the debate? Because I remember the slavery thing, and then I don't remember much else. That's how unappealing, like uninteresting this debate was to me.
I mean, the Trumpers kept bringing up, they brought up, they had their 5 points they wanted to bring up, right?
Yeah.
And in a way, it was kind of disingenuous because knowing it's a back and forth and knowing that each one's going to take 15 minutes to talk to, just saying that you have 5 points, you're basically monopolizing the conversation. You're making it your terms, which I think is disingenuous. And someone should have called them out on that from the begin with. However, that being said, in the opening, the one thing that the Trumpers had was, they kept quoting all these different polls from different months that said that this many people, agreed with this and agreed with, this immigration policy, that immigration policy, and such and forth. And it's like, no, they agreed that immigration should be managed, which means a policy change, more enforcement and more deportations, including American citizens, including a military veteran, is not that.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, they should have been fact checked real time, but they came in with saying this poll, and gave percentages. Like they gave, like, for sake of another word, numbers and evidence. Now it would have been up to them to actually, write this down and start looking at it and call them out if any of them were wrong. But it would also call them out to say specifically what was the poll asking, because I don't think your verbiage is very definitive on what it's actually asking about. And they did a good job with that, like in the first point of saying, I'm not going to answer your binary question of yes or no, because context and nuance matters greatly. What is the context of these people being removed? Are they being ripped from their homes? Are they having no due process? This counts because that's what this country stands for.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of people, and I saw many of these comments, like, you come illegally, you do not get you don't get due process, you don't get rights, you don't get anything. It's like, well, if we start doing that, then should we do the same thing? Like, oh, you murdered someone or you allegedly murdered someone, you have no more rights. Like, if we start going down that slippery slope, it gets very bad very fast.
It's always been defined as, if you are facing charges in America, you are treated with the same rights and privileges as an American citizen within the American justice system. Yeah, that's been since day one.
Yes, because if not, then when do we, like, how do we stop that?
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope. Like, for example, whenever they say, I'm going to make an analogous argument. Whenever they say, oh, we should ban porn, it's like, well, okay, fuck freedom, right? But like, okay. And then, well, now that we ban porn because it has harmful effects, according to you, we should also ban alcohol and cigarettes. And we should also ban other things that are maybe innocuous, like, oh, shopping, because people get addicted to shopping, right?
Well, just pick your pearl clutching that that you want to push on everybody else is basically what it comes down to,
right?
It's like, I mean, and this is like from the conversation from the Thorpe the other night, which is, by the way, that dynamic is very fucking weird, and as a dad, it's very fucking weird. But I digress.
Oh.
It's like, I was raised Catholic. There's a nun in my family. The nun is not a conservative, and even though she believes in pro-life, she doesn't believe pushing her choices and her values on other people.
Right.
That's the beauty of the country. It's like, it doesn't matter if you're pro-life or pro-choice. The fact that there's a choice is what should be part of this country. Just because you don't believe in it, don't go have one then. It's not hard.
Max, we should ban pornography because you know why? Can you guess? Huh? Can you guess?
Because it makes men self-conscious about the size of their penis.
No, it could lead to dancing.
Oh yeah, we don't want that.
It's a very old joke. Very old joke.
We don't want. Nikki Lauder says we should.
Oh, that's from Footloose, isn't it, Brenda?
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Holy shit!
We should also ban. We should also ban coffee and sugar. I mean, and while we're at it, Latin music, because Latin music is
dirty dancing,
proven to lead to booty shaking, and we can't have that.
That was why they never showed Elvis Presley on TV below the waist.
Yeah,
because those hips. I mean, who talk about
the young girls? Young girls could get the vapors.
Yeah, and then we start getting some secretions, and it all goes downhill from there. Basil says, "Why can Roger that spend? Oh, for fuck's sake, your grammar sometimes is just atrocious. Spend hours here making fun of Arwen, but whenever someone criticizes him, he times them out. Oh, it's not someone, it's you. It's you, Basil." David says we should ban Basil. Should we go for it?
I mean, it's your channel, Max. It comes down to how much do you really earn off of Basil? Because you only read his comments when he puts in for a super chat.
I don't care. No, I read his comments because I don't want anyone to accuse me of like that. But Max says this. Let's set a goal. All right. Let's see.
So,
all right.
So Max, for tomorrow, in the US, it's Veterans Day. So we have two different holidays for veterans. We have Memorial Day, which is in May.
Yep.
In the end of May. That signifies usually the start of summer, and that's the solemn day to remember the dead, those who gave their life. Then you have Veterans Day, which is celebration of the living. That is tomorrow. So, but you can go to a bunch of restaurants, get free food if you show your ID. You get discounts and stuff like that. But most importantly about tomorrow, there will be a Vets No More protests around 47 cities in the United States. And I am happy to say that Liv and I will probably be at one of them.
Nice.
So she's 14 and very opinionated. I wonder where she gets that from.
Gee, I wonder. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Basil. So I'm going to give you a fighting chance here. If we meet the goal, you can match it so that you do not get unbanned. You do not get banned. But the people are speaking, Basil. I can't do much about that. So we're going to start it and we're going to give it 1 hour. So we're going to have to ramble on a little bit.
Well, unlike the US, this place is still a democracy.
Yeah, sometimes. I like democracy. Democracy is good. But if the Foundry speaks, I'm not ever going to like blah that if the Foundry speaks, I will not. I will ignore them completely and just do an executive override.
So
Yes.
in Canada, in the UK, it's Remembrance Day, and that is their Memorial Day. So it's a solemn day for them. But it's all based off the same thing. It's the end of World War I. So they wear poppies. We do the same thing on Veterans Day. You'll see a lot of veterans wearing red poppies. It's from the Flanders Field poem. I don't know if you know about it, but it's something a lot of veterans just kind of hold true and stuff like that. So it's going to be curious to see what the fallout is on the media for tomorrow. Because if you see a bunch of veterans out yelling and screaming and swearing while holding their beers in parade and telling the government to go fuck themselves, it's going to be interesting.
Right. Oh, look at Basil. Like, ban me now, saves me pocket change. Oh, look at me. I'm so wealthy. I'm Basil. You will miss out some funding, but I'm sure that's peanuts given your subscriber count. Who cares? Like, Basil, the thing is that you do not understand that the money is a nice bonus, but I don't care. I do this because I have fun. And if people send super chats, that's awesome. If they don't, that's awesome too. Yeah, I get to hang out with a bunch of friends, say whatever I want, do whatever I want, and it's all fun. It's all good fun. So Max said for $5 Singaporean dollars, LOL, 1 hour. And then Max said I could do one just for 50, but and yes, Basil is pretending he doesn't care. Roger that for $5 Canadian says get rid of this guy for good. Oh, I am the manager of a US company, yes. Have been working for that company for 17 years.
I just hit.
I won't tell you the name of the company. If you weren't such a douche, I would give you the name of the company. And I would actually send you an email from my corporate email. But I won't do that because I don't trust you enough. But yeah, I am the manager of a US company.
I get to switch companies in about 6 months.
Now you're
No.
Wait. You
got bought by somebody else. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I don't know how that's going to shake out. Let's put it that way. So I'm keeping my.
Yeah, the experience I've had with like a large company purchasing a smaller company has been atrocious.
Well, the company I'm in now has 5,000 some odd employees, but it has 2 separate divisions. They sold off the division I'm in to another ISP that's privately held, so it's not a public company. So that company is now going to be 5,000 some odd people. So
in those cases, those are generally for the best. But
we do different things.
In my experience, what happened to us is one of our customers got bought out by a very big company, and then they got the the original company, the one that was our customer, they gutted it, and now, yeah, it's a shadow of their former self. Please ban me. I'll pay double to come back in. Oh, no worries. I'll hold on.
Well, since you asked nicely.
I mean, what's funny is that sometimes you're funny, and sometimes you're just a douche. So, I mean,
And
I
there's
can't.
times where you can be a douche and be funny at the same time, but that's usually
Yeah.
with a little self-deprecation and a little self-awareness.
Yeah.
But
bye. Okay, you won't be missed. So, guys, if you want to stop the objective, I think we got it. I think he self-banned himself. It's all good. Basil, what you don't understand is you think you can control me with money. You can't. You can't. Algorithm for $10. I'm retired with more net income than I was getting while working. I can easily make up for Basil's absence, and I'm not nearly as much of an asshole as Basil is. I want you to ban me. Do it. All right. Hold on. Here, take this link. Save this link. So when you want to get back, you need to PayPal me $200. All right. And wait, hold on. Let's immortalize this moment.
Hold on. Max, the link says my profile.
Oh, fuck. All right, hold on. Boom.
Yes, Big Fish. I heard that, and I also saw it today.
What does Big Fish says? Are you aware that Trump is now threatening to sue BBC for $1 billion for misrepresenting him on October 6th?
Okay. It's actually January 6th, but yeah.
Wait, so he's planning to sue Big Black Cock, or like the actual BBC?
The actual BBC.
Here, Basil, save the link. That's a link you will need whenever you want to get back. Give me 1 second, and here, are we in the right screen? Yes, we are. All right. Where is Basil? And he's gone. Bye. All right.
So, Max, besides putting you to sleep and the amount of derpitude, how did you find that Shiva stream as a whole?
Oh, it wasn't the stream that put me to sleep. It was that you caught me on like.
I know, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you caught me on my sleepy time.
I got you on the way to siesta.
I mean, I think you guys are you guys did great. I mean, Kevin, he was alone. There was a woman there. Who was she? What was she even doing there? Because she didn't even speak.
So Shiva sent out links to his followers so they can join the Zoom call, but none were going to be able to be unmuted.
Yeah, I saw that part.
Yeah. So she was a volunteer from one of Shiva's. So she's one of Shiva's volunteers. So it just so happened that she was the next one in line because we were missing a flurf, and Ryan was driving on his way to Houston, and besides the intro and the outro, I don't think he said anything.
No, yeah, I remember that too. But when I caught it later, but yeah, I mean, Kevin wants to like rent a plane, and it's just so.
It's Man of Stone's experiment. We knew that's what it was Wednesday.
Yeah, what caught me like a little bit off guard was Shiva just like cursing and like, don't lie to me and fuck you and fuck this and fuck, don't bullshit me. And that guy was like, oh, all right. I can get behind some flirt bashing like that.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because it's like there's so many times I wanted to just start ripping. I'm like, you know what? I'll just let Shiva do that. I don't need to.
Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty good. But I mean, yeah, that Kevin and bringing up that Man of Stone shit, like when
and here's the
he
funny thing.
said
If you
that
notice,
this will eliminate the margin of error, and I was like, you can't eliminate that.
well, so here's the funny thing is if you notice that, there are certain times where he's stalling. Like you could hear anyone's questions fine, but then there's a few times you can see him like looking down and he's like, I asked him specifically, I said, do you know what the DME is? And he's like, didn't answer.
Yeah, he
and
probably
I waited.
had
Well, because when he was going through his windows, if you noticed, there's a part where he was going through his windows where he was trying to do a presentation, you could see he had a chat window up. So I'm guessing Stone was there to give him pointers.
Yeah.
But I will say this. Indio was in Shiva's chat, and he could not wait to take my entire presentation, which, again, they seem to think that was the entire experiment, but I was trying to make it so they could build it themselves. And put it through AI so he can cook me, as he put it. So, and meanwhile, I started going to things like multipath, and then he said something like radar horizon, or I'm sorry, he said something like called radar mirages, which is a real thing. And then he turned it around and said, no, it's radio mirages, because he realized we're not doing radar, we're doing radio,
right?
Which isn't a thing at all. So it was just like I went through. I was not watching Shiva's chat because I was streaming when I was watching my chat.
Right.
Half the time when I'm laughing at something someone said in chat, and not actually something that's going on in the thing. So I made the point of not looking at the stream, because when Toon started laughing, I was trying to keep it under control. But when he started losing it, like in earnest, then I lost it. Then I was just like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, I got that. All right. Isa, welcome. Did you catch the debate?
I saw some pieces here and there. I didn't really go deep into it. Sorry, I had to get a lot of work done.
Oh, no problem. Would you like to give us some thoughts on it? I'll let you, because I need to go to the toilet. I'll let you give us your thoughts on the debate. Boring as hell is the consensus so far.
I would say that for me, it was not compelling. It was not. I mean, for this kind of topic, you need to have people who are really passionate about this stuff, and they're just not. They're not passionate about these types of things, and it's like, I don't know, like it's the same thing. Like I feel like if you're going to debate something like Israel, have someone who really has some skin in the game and why they care about Israel, right? Instead of just having people who are like, oh, well, I'm just going to talk about America. And like, you really don't know anything about this topic. You don't really know anything about this thing. It doesn't impact you. It doesn't affect you. Have someone who's like an immigrant to America who's affected by his policies. That would be interesting, because there's a risk that these people have, and maybe have someone who, is kind of gung-ho. Like, I think that would be kind of interesting. So that's an important thing to kind of consider. So I think that's the problem of why I think everyone is just kind of checked out. Is just, you're not going to really debate something heavily or deeply if you just don't care about the topic, right? If you don't have any investment in the topic. And a lot of these people, they're not really impacted by it. They're not impacted by these immigration policies. So why should they care? Why would they defend this situation? And you could have an alternative. I don't think this exists, but a person who could be against immigration is someone whose family or they themselves were hurt by, let's say, an immigrant of some sort. That would work, but you don't really have this. You just have people who really are kind of apathetic and they just don't care about this topic. So it just doesn't land well. Like, I would love to debate something like this, because I think there's a lot, I have a lot of feelings and I have direct connections to this. And I think that would be powerful, but I think a lot of people don't. And it's hard. It's a very hard space.
Why don't you send James an email, and we can partner up and I don't know, debate someone like Rob or some of the other crucible idiots.
Yeah, I'll CC you. I think we can look into that. I would love to talk about this topic. I think because both of you and we have like a foreign connection to this space, and I think a lot of these people do not. They're really stuck in echo chambers, and they know nothing about anything outside their echo chamber, and a lot of them are just driven by fear. That's pretty much the argument against immigration is I'm afraid there are scary bad guys that are going to come and they're going to assault and they're going to kill and they're going to do horrible things and they're illegally coming into America. How many people are doing that? Next to none. But I'm going to take one story, remember our favorite, the Thorpe story, where it's like there's this scary situation.
Yes.
Scary story. Let me put the bonfire on and tell you a scary story. There's an evil woman. The evil woman comes into the door and says to, that this man assaulted her. And it was all a lie because they were having a consensual relationship. And then you're like, how many stories are the opposite of this? We don't hear that story. We just hear this one spooky, scary story.
Oh, yeah.
Spooky, scary skeleton. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous. And I think that that's the problem with what I saw in this debate. You just don't have people who have very good arguments and they don't really care. So that's it.
Yeah. It was one of the most boring debates like ever. David's gifted 5 Yerba Mate Talks memberships, and they went to Regios, Larry Blaze 702, Hannah A1, Booba Sweat, and oh no, it's Andy. You can all enjoy the wonderful emojis that David himself crafted for us. So what a great thing. Thank you so much, David. And thank you, everyone, for all the support that you always give us. Contrary to what Basil thinks, we're doing great. And I am eternally grateful to each and every one of you. Even if you send just like a message of, hey, I like what you do, that is enough for me. I love that. The ones that support us financially, that is epic. But it's not what makes it or breaks it for me. The fact that you hang out here and watch us is more than flattering enough for me. So love you all. Thank you so much for everything you do for the channel. Yeah, it has a lot to do with prejudice, right? And now they have this idea that, we're deporting these evil criminals. And he said, well, not really, because the people that emigrate to work, they're hardworking, and they actually, because they are illegal, they actually take extra precautions not to even make traffic infractions. When your legal status could be and your new life could be undone by a speeding ticket, you tend not to speed, right? So this idea that we're getting all of the criminals out is just nonsense. Roger, have a great night. Thank you so much. Algorithm for $5 says, sending some dinero on behalf of folks who can't afford it themselves. Thank you so much, Algorithm. Algorithm is so nice. Thank you so much. Yeah, it has a lot to do with prejudice and this idea of they don't assimilate to our culture and so on. It's like, well, they do assimilate, but they also keep their own customs. And actually, every country that has immigration has diversity, and you get new foods, you get new types of clothes, you get new types of music, and so on. And all of that is very valuable to all kinds of culture. But the problem is that these people do not value that at all. It's like, yeah, we want white Christian everything. We want white Christian music, white Christian food, white Christian rap and rock and everything. It's like, get all of these brownies out of here. And on the other hand, you still have, gangs like the Crips, the Bloods, and like 100% American gangs. Where are you going to deport those people? Trump Bibles. Yeah, I would love to read one of those. See what they say.
It's not real gold leaf, though.
Oh, of course. Of course, it has to look golden, but it's not. It's not really gold. It was like, I don't know what, 60. It was a cheap. It was a cheap Bible. Max says to Uruguay. Well, I mean, in Uruguay, if you come here and you request the papers, they will give them to you. We don't have that kind of a thing. And some people, we are getting, since Argentina is kind of fucked right now, all of the immigration, well, not all of it, but a portion of the immigration that used to go from Bolivia, Colombia, Peru, and so on, they were going to Argentina. Now they're coming here, and I love it. I love it because now you have Venezuelan restaurants, you have Cuban restaurants, you have Peruvian food, and like I love diversity. I love that you hear different accents, and there's different types of different new people and all of that. I think that is freaking great. Aldebaran, 5 more to go. I mean, not really. I just left the goal there, but I mean, Basso requested I ban him himself. So I did, and we documented it. So,
I mean, I live an hour outside New York City, and I go to the city every once in a while, and I love all the different neighborhoods. I love walking around and seeing all the different people there that are either tourists or immigrants or people who live there or people who are just visiting. It's just, I mean, it's literally a cornucopia of like the entire world in city blocks.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
So this is something that's kind of bizarre to me. Is like Wi-Fi Gospel like this like darling child of modern day debates now? He seems to be like in every single debate that we've been in. It's like every other debate he's in it. And I'm like, I don't know. Do you feel like he's a bastion of knowledge or something? Like,
no,
he seems to be debating on every topic, huh?
He's a dummy to me.
But like, why do you think he's getting, platformed every single moment? Like, it's like on every single topic. It's on Christianity. It's on immigration. I'm like, is this guy an expert on all of these fields? Like, it's just, I don't know. I thought it's weird and interesting, I guess, but he seems to be in every single debate that we're covering. And I'm like, why is he popping up all the time?
Yeah, I know. I couldn't tell you, but yeah.
It just kind of blew my mind because I keep hearing his commentary and I'm like, it's not profound, at least to me. I don't know, maybe I'm off, but I was listening. I'm like, it's not some profound revelation on any of this information. It's kind of very basic surface level analysis on all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had several debates with him on his channel. Yeah, he's polite enough, and he's one of those who he would moderate fairly. I think he would. I think so. But he's not a strong debater.
No, he's weak as fuck.
Well, and this is what I'm shocked by. I'm like, why is he debating every other night? Like, the one place that I think he has strength in can be dismantled pretty easily, which is his philosophical positions. That's his kind of bread and butter. And then once that fades away, his like commentary on, culture and history, it's not deep. It's not, there's a reason why certain folks get really platformed. Like you have someone like Mehdi Hassan or Aaron Ra, like they have something that they offer to, the cultural zeitgeist. I'm not sure what he's offering. I'm trying to figure that out. What do you think it is? Like, I don't know what it is because I keep hearing him speak and I'm like, you say like I'm into orthodoxy, but I don't really know. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. It's interesting. Maybe that's something you want to figure out, but like about like politics, like I don't see any that's very different than religion. I don't see a strength in speaking about immigration. I'm like, you're not an immigrant. You don't have any connection to immigration. So,
well, I think it's because he's there and he's willing to debate.
Yeah,
You know,
maybe.
if
Max
if
said.
Vlad, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Max said, no, wait, not this one. Hold on, where is it? He's probably cheap, but MDD doesn't really pay for like regular debates.
Yeah, they don't pay for anything. He's available.
Yeah.
If there, imagine for instance Vlad, our favorite, our poster boy. Imagine that he was willing to go on with any Glober anytime. He'd be all over the place. He'd be all over the place, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's just, that'd be a sort of conjecture, at least so far. Why?
James did pay, but they have like big audiences. So far what I've heard is like if you have a big audience and you will bring people to the channel, you might be able to get paid for that. But no, in general, no, most people do not get paid. It's kind of like a mutual benefit thing. Like if you have a small channel, you go on MDD, you get some free publicity, you get to debate, you might get a couple of subs and audience forwarded to your channel or whatever. That, I mean, it does make sense, but yeah, honestly, Wi-Fi, no idea. No idea why, but I don't know. I guess I should tell James that I want to debate Wi-Fi because I'm so pissed at him for he's been lying about the whole thing with the old channel, and I need to get him back for that. Oh, I have a couple of things I wanted to read here. Goldens said, have you ever seen a U.S. American abroad? They think America is everywhere and everyone speaks English. Well, I saw that when Dr. J came here, and no one speaks English here, almost no one. And we only the day when I took Dr. J to play basketball, we found a couple of young kids, 20-something kids, and they were the only ones who spoke English during the whole trip. It is kind of weird, but yeah, I've known a little bit of, I've run into Americans in like Chile, in Argentina, and Brazil, and had to help them out a little bit with the language. Yeah, it's not a lot of people do not speak English. The vast majority of people don't speak English. If you go to like a high-end hotel, maybe, but even in the service industry, people don't speak English. It's weird. We need to do better in that regard. But yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Theodore said, talk about a right to liberty and the separation of church and state. Christians don't have the right to force people to their views. Yes, but if you ask them, and this has come up with the Ortho Bros in the last couple of debates, they think that is there to prevent the state from meddling in the church. They would have absolutely no problem with a theocracy. They literally don't understand the Constitution. And I'm not even an American, and I understand that the separation of church and state, it's a reciprocal thing. It's to prevent the state from meddling in the church and the church from meddling in the state. And they don't get that. They would love nothing more than a theocracy, because in their head, they think that they will be the good guys. What they don't understand is when you have that kind of a system of government, First, they go against minorities, and you say nothing. Then they go against some other minority, and you say nothing. Then they go against regular old people with characteristics they don't like, for example, gay, trans, etc. But then inevitably they come for you. And when they come for you, there's no one to speak up for you, because you're not going to be part of the in group. And there's no one who can get that message across to them. It's kind of weird.
Yes. Just real quick. So something interesting is like, and I bring this up because I'm on Shitter quite a bit, and by that I mean Twitter. And like I've gone after MTG and a couple other people on there when they start saying that we're a Christian nation, because historically you can just look at the Treaty of Tripoli, which was signed in 1796, I think, and Article 11 basically says that the government of the United States is not in any sense founded on the Christian religion. Now, here's the funny thing about that treaty. The Senate can't agree on anything. There's always someone dissenting for whatever reasons, grandstanding, theater, whatever. But that passed unanimously 20 years after the founding of the country, or 10 years after the founding of the country. That should tell you everything you need to know about what the country was founded, because the same people that signed it were the same ones who helped build the country and the Constitution and everything else. That's word for word from that point.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Theodore said for $4.99, I think that you might have misclicked and it sent. So if you want to send me like a regular message with whatever you wanted to say, just a congratulations. Thank you so much. Glad you like it. Suck it, Basil. But yeah, and this idea that, like, for example, one of the arguments Andrew Wilson says is like, oh yeah, you atheists, you just have to enforce, you just have to hold the right with force. It's like, yeah, it would be the same under Christianity, because some force is inevitable, like, for example, to deter crime or to prevent or to stop crimes in progress. That's no different. But they paint it as like, oh yeah, if the Orthodox Church was in charge, we would all be holding hands and singing Kumbaya. It's like, no, you would be definitely persecuting the heretics. You would be persecuting the Jews. You would be persecuting Muslims and all of the pagans and everyone that you don't like. And
I mean, they're telling women elected officials to go back to their country, and they were born here.
Right? Insane. Like some of the things that, like, and that women shouldn't vote, and that most people shouldn't vote. That's what I heard. Andrew Wilson and Wi-Fi Gospel both have said the same thing, that women shouldn't vote and that most people shouldn't vote. It's like, what kind of, what is that? It's like, you want your little group of incels to just be the only ones able to vote? Like,
no, I'm not for.
That's a little bit Yahtzee.
Like, I'm not for a qualifier to be allowed to vote.
No.
I am for a qualifier to be allowed to run for an elected office. Like, you should be able to pass a high school civics test before you run. Like, understand what a bill is, understand what the process is, understand what everyone's responsibilities are in the government. It's not to get on your knees and, and bend over for whoever's in the presidential office. It's for your constituents. And the longer you serve, the one thing that I will say that I do promote is going to be something like term limits, is because the longer you serve, the more disconnected you come from the people that you are representing.
Yeah.
Because you spend too much time away.
One thing, I don't remember who said it, but in reality, it's not what politicians that actually work stuff. It's technicians. It's people with actual knowledge. So maybe we should be electing those people with career in law, in political science, in people who actually know how to get stuff done, and
Why not a farmer?
not who is friends with the most millionaires or billionaires, right? It's not
Right.
a popularity contest. It should be an aptitude contest.
Yeah, there's no reason why a farmer shouldn't be able to be elected, or a blue collar worker or something like that. But the problem is the cost of the elections make it so, because any number of reasons, but because of the cost of elections, no average person can do it unless they start very locally, work their way up, and get enough backing from whatever political party they're in to get to a national stage.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And a little bit of a reform on the lobbying system and the campaigning system and so on.
Big time. And a point that A. Theodore said is that a lot of the people in Congress are lawyers. Yes, they have law degrees. I wouldn't actually say they're lawyers.
Right. Algorithm said, look up Matt Shea's biblical basis for war. This guy got elected to the Washington State Legislature. All right, give me 1 second.
Well, if it makes you feel better, there was an article in Rolling Stone about the head of the Republican chair for the state of Georgia being basically a flat earther.
Oh boy. Oh my God, that is insane. Well, I mean, we have the finger appointments, like for example, RFK. How does that happen?
So there's something to be said at some point about that being illegal, because he was running in the primary against Trump. So him bowing out basically constituted, like a quid quo pro, in the sense of like, hey, I'll bow out, but get me this position in your government. That's not allowed.
Right. Yeah, it screams conflict of interest very loudly. Oh, and the Jew space lasers. Oh boy, yeah. I mean, when you have people like that, American politics is very weird. Don't get me wrong. Politics is weird in general, but seems like in the rest of the world, this kind of reality showsation of politics is just so bad. So bad.
Here you go, Max. This is just for you.
For me?
Well, it's for everybody, but
where? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
You can share it to.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just thought you'd want to put it on the screen.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom.
Just the headline is enough that anybody needs to see it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm not kidding.
Georgia GOP chair, if the earth is really round, why are there so many globes everywhere? Oh, my God. Is this serious?
Good God.
I'm not kidding.
Everywhere there's globes, and that's what they do to brainwash. For me, if it's not a conspiracy, if it is, real, why are you pushing so hard?
Check the publication.
Why do we
reputable?
I can give you 12 different ones. That's the first one that came up. The first one came up, it's a New Republic. But there's other ones too. I think it was Variety, and also Rolling Stone magazine also had it.
Candace Taylor, former Republican Georgia gubernatorial candidate and current GOP chair in Georgia's 1st District, said on her program called Jesus, Guns, and Babies. Let's go! What the fuck? Jesus, Guns, and Babies. Oh my. Taylor's comments came during a broader conversation focused on Flat Earth conspiracy. The conversation featured Flat Earth Dave. Oh boy.
Yep. So
last year, Taylor boosted conspiracy theories and lies, describing state GOP leaders as secret communists and Democrats as satanic pedophiles. And of course, she was a big believer in the lie that twice impeached, criminally indicted, and liable for sexual abuse former President Donald Trump won the 2020 election. Oh, she's a nutter. Okay. She herself refused to concede her loss in the Republican primary despite only having some 3% of the vote. She also promised to demolish the Georgia Guidestones, a mysterious granite monument 16 foot tall known as America's Stonehenge if elected. Curiously, months later, a large explosion significantly destroyed parts of the granite monument.
So if that's not enough to tell you how fucked we really are, let me just expand upon a point that Astronomy Live talked about and that I've talked about. Our head of the Department of Education, Linda McMahon, follows on Twitter Flat Earth Library.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's such a big problem.
Yep.
I mean, there should be at the very least a minimum, like if you hold some insane view like that, you shouldn't be able to hold office.
But here's the thing, like Department of Education, you mean that there is nobody in your party that is an administrator from a university, a teacher, somebody who's actually done something with education?
Right.
No, we have somebody who is the wife of a guy who started the World Wrestling Federation.
Right. Nikki Lauder said Candace Owens believes lizard people exist.
Yep.
Yeah, but she's not like she's a whack job, but she's not in power. The problem is that when these people get political power, that's when it gets like really scary. Because like Candace, I mean, we can just counteract her derp by refuting the nonsense that she puts out. I mean, the ecosystem, in that sense, I think it works. Like, they put out the derp, we debunk it, all's good, right? But when someone gets power like that, ooh, that's super scary.
Max, can you do share screen on this for mine?
Yeah.
Okay, here. I just want to show people that I'm not an ass. Let me share my screen. Yeah, don't show these tips again. Thank you. So here is Flat Earth Library. This is somebody I've actually covered on my channel itself. And if you look right here, it says followed by Linda McMahon and Gigafunk. So when I go to this, Linda McMahon, 13th Secretary of Education, at ED, Secretary McMahon, under leadership of POTUS, former chair, administrator, CEO of WWE. This is her personal account.
Oh, boy.
And she follows Flat Earth Library.
I mean, we should deport our flirts. Maybe we should start campaigning for that, and we should make them a new country, Flatardia.
Yeah.
Just in a floating iceberg off the coast of Antarctica. Just, you know, to add insult to injury, just send them to the south.
So.
All right. I don't think we have much else to say about the debate. This one was boring, really.
So I had a question. Who's the young? He looked like a boy. Scratches.
The 12-year-old guy, Scratch.
Yeah, TikToker.
So he was a child, right? I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's probably 18, 20.
I was like, wow, he looked very.
Yeah, he's young, but I don't know. People look young. When I was 18, I looked like 15.
Well, yeah, I was the same way. I mean, if you look at my enlistment picture, I look like I shouldn't be handling a gun by any means.
Right.
Isa, are you driving off to a booty call there or what?
Yes, of course.
It's normal, right?
Yeah.
We know all about your booty calls. They show up when you're streaming.
Oh, yeah. Very difficult.
Don't you be slinging that Spanish at me, Telemundo. I'm sorry. One day it will stop being funny. Or if you ever get like a partner, which I don't know if you have or not, whatever. If we ever get a partner on screen, we'll stop so we don't get you in trouble.
Mm,
Maybe.
you're funny.
But I mean, so far it's still funny.
You're funny.
All right, let's do final thoughts and we'll get out of here because it's 3:30 a.m. for me and I need to work tomorrow. So, Brenda, anything final thoughts?
I want to debate Wi-Fi too. We should both debate him, and
Sure.
his partner of choice, because they like the double up thing on MDD.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Usually when it's a first time thing, they do partner up people. So yeah, I mean I'm down to partner with you
Yeah.
against that fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anybody of his choice, any partner of his choice.
yeah, he can choose. No problemo. I mean, he's going to breeze up all over the place, but we already know that. All right, thank you so much, Brenda. Isa, final thoughts?
I mean, I think it's a really important topic that really needs to be engaged and be taken with sincerity, because there are serious ramifications for these policy choices. So, I don't know. I think this particular kind of debate requires it requires a lot of effort and diligence, and I'm not sure I saw that tonight. I didn't necessarily see the really intense ramifications of what this has on from any perspective, and that kind of left me longing for more. And I think, yeah, I think looking at these debates, I just think I'm just hoping for not just interesting topics, but interesting engagements with the topics. And
Oh yeah.
I don't think tonight was a winner. So,
Yep.
Lo siento.
When I lose track of whatever the hell is happening on the debate because I'm bored, it's bad. It's really bad. Because I mean, I try to focus myself on what's happening because I'm listening and reading the chat and so on. But today, like the debate was so boring that people were debating in the side chat. They were debating flat Earth in the side chat. It wasn't engaging at all. Dan, final thoughts and self-promotion.
I would say that I agree a lot with what Issa said. I think that in these kind of things, besides the passion, I think you need to have solid ideas as far as policies. Just saying things are bad or things are great based on an approval or disapproval rating is kind of half-assed. It's lazy. I think there needs to be some effort put into something that's important as this, because I agree it's a very important topic, but it should be done by people who are doing the diligence to come up with actual ways to fix the problems. And again, they're not in a position to actually implement these, but if they get hurt enough, the chances are you start a groundswell of a grassroots movement, and you get a groundswell of people wanting to see these things, and maybe, just maybe, someone will listen. But the biggest problem is always going to be policies in its own right. So, like I said, it's lazy to say things good, things bad. Why? And telling one story isn't enough. Tell 10 stories, 10, say 12 stories, because then you're cherry picking. But if you have 12 stories from 12 different walks, 12 different examples, that's what it is. It doesn't become cherry picking, it becomes examples of a higher or a larger event. And as a former military veteran, the idea of masked ICE agents in cities and National Guard in cities, to me, is irrehensible. And I believe that if any military gets sent to a city, should be deemed illegal, and someone should go, and the person who's occupying that chair in the Oval Office should be in jail.
Yeah. The posse comitatus, like the fact that me, as a filthy foreigner, as a filthy barefoot third world foreigner, the fact that I understand the Posse Comitatus Act is baffling. The fact that the president of the US is like literally shitting all over the Constitution, to me, is so weird.
And
It's so weird. Oh, look, we have a.
but here's the other thing too, real quick about this is like, if I was still in the military and I got orders to go to LA like the Marines did, I would be seriously considering dropping paperwork for being a conscientious objector, because to me that's not legal.
Yep.
And while I could disobey a direct order and I could face consequences, it would be up to courts to decide whether it was legal or illegal. But by that time, I've already spent 5-10 years in jail. So, because the
Yeah,
way
pretty much.
our system works in the Supreme Court, I wouldn't get heard for a very long time. But
Yeah, that kind
as far
of
as
sucks.
self-promotion goes, I'm on YouTube. I'm on at Unfornicated. So we do.
What time
conspiracies.
tomorrow?
Huh?
What time are you streaming tomorrow?
Tomorrow's gonna, since I'm a military vet, we're gonna do a Veterans Day special. Everyone's, I'm sure, sick of hearing all my fucking stories from the Navy. So we're gonna have other vets come up and tell their stories. People like Charles Arnold. He worked on some A-10s, which are one of my favorite planes. We're gonna have some other people. Anyone who is a vet, or even if you're not a vet, feel free to stop by. But we'll have vets come up and tell some stories and shoot the shit and kind of have that sibling rivalry of sorts. Where we talk shit to each other and make fun of each other. Yeah, that'll be between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. tomorrow. And then Saturday, 11 a.m. will be Shiva, or 10:30 a.m. because I start a half hour early so we can pregame and tailgate ahead of time so I can start the rum early. And that'll be at 10:30 on Saturday morning until it ends. I think last time it ended around 1:30, 2 o'clock. And then I went on for another 2 hours after that. But
A10
right.
go burr. A10 go burr.
Yeah, exactly.
Alpha Eagle says it's not really important at all. Trump is enforcing the law. It's that simple. You can't say that you're enforcing the law while you're literally breaking the Constitution. That's not how that works.
Alpha, if you want to debate this, I'm sure Max would be available. Probably not now. It's over, but another time, I'm sure he'd be willing. Drop him a note.
I've told them. You lefted wanted people wearing masks. Now you hate people who wear masks. False equivalency. Oh boy, you are so desperate. Oh, now I mean, if this is
what
the
people do we want? People wanted
argumentation
wearing masks. I don't understand that reference.
but he's talking about COVID masks, and now because we're criticizing,
of course,
ICE like black bagging people in the street. It's not the same type of mask, It's not the same type of mask, dumbass. Oh boy, if this is the type of argumentation, I don't want to debate you. He was, I think it's a he. He was questioning my morality, and yeah, I mean, we can talk about morality, we can talk about politics. It's okay. I'll just email me or Discord me, and we'll set up a debate. But oh boy, doesn't look good for you if that's what you're going to bring up. Max, for 5 Singaporean dollars, says 1 more hour. In Basil's memory, yes, let's put my heart is here. Let's put our right hand over our heart and in memory of Basil, but he has like 10 sock accounts. He'll be back, but now it will be a lump sum payment of $200, Basil. If you see, all of his accounts are 1 over and something. If you see them, now it's ban him automatically unless he PayPals me $200. That's the instructions. All righty. Thank you, everyone, so much. Make sure to do the social thing is like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Send this to a friend. Send this to your significant other. Go to the corner, just the corner of your street. And just subscribe to Yerba Talks. And that way we can share the love for the channel. Thank you so much. We'll catch you, I don't know, maybe if Danny's streaming tomorrow in the afternoon and then we have Toons night, maybe I won't do anything tomorrow. Who knows? No, I'm not going to crash here. I'm not going to stream at the same time as you, Dan. When we can avoid it, we can... Oh, look at this. Real citizens. Adorable. Would you like some some ranch with your no true Scotsman fallacy. I think so. All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you sometime. Take care. Have a great night.